Hello, everybody! Welcome to this week's episode of Stonewalkers, presented by iCast Fireball. I am Thomas, your GM for this Cosmere RPG adventure, and joining me around the table we have...
I'm Ned, and I play Aldevar Walde.
I'm Crispian, and I play Drynin.
I'm Mickey, and I play Reshonai.
I'm Josh, and I play Janar.
We got the order right this time, and Ned in new digs over there. New setup for him, new location. So if anybody knew where he lived before, you don't anymore. He's in total anonymity to the public.
Yeah, I moved 50 meters south of where I used to be living.
No, don't tell him! Don't tell him! Gosh dang it, Ned! That's free protection! Come on!
You're ruining the illusion.
Well, if this is your first time joining us, hi! We are iCast Fireball, an actual play TTRPG podcast where we typically play through 5 D&D published adventures. Our audio-only podcast is published weekly, and we have over 4 years of episodes ready for your listening pleasure. This, however, is our ongoing actual play Cosmere adventure, where we jump into the worlds of Brandon Sanderson and play the official adventure Stonewalkers, created and published by Brotherwise Games. This adventure takes place in the Stormlight Archive book series in the land of Roshar, and it should be said, major spoilers for the book series if you're watching this actual play. And if you don't want to be spoiled, go read the first 2 books, then you can come back later on in the adventure. I'll tell you when to go back and read book 3. But if you don't mind spoilers, pull up a chair. Our cast member Ned is jumping into this adventure almost completely blind when it comes to Roshar, and as such, he'll be exploring the land through new eyes alongside him. Lastly, general disclaimer about canon. We're going to be as cognizant and respectful of canon as we can, but this is an ongoing TTRPG, and there might be some discrepancies between what you read in the books and what you see here. So a little grace would be very much appreciated while we try to align ourselves in canon as best as we can. But with no other announcements, we're going to jump into the results of last week, or the last time we recorded, where everybody leveled up. And we are going to share with you what everybody, what path they're on. Have we even talked about what path each of our characters are on? That might be a good thing just to refresh, your GM.
Let's do it. Let's just do it.
So we'll start with Crispian. Crispian, as you take that gulp of water, what is your path for Drynin, and what level up did you take in that specific path?
I am the warrior path. I am made to be hit and to hit others.
Yes.
That's my job.
Yep. Hammer.
Uh-huh.
Great.
Hammer.
And what was the level up, the specific path tree that you took when you did your level up? Every level up, we get to take one new ability from a specific path in our path.
Heroic
So what did you
path.
get? Yeah, heroic path. There you go.
I took from the soldier path, I took combat training,
Okay.
which gives me a few things. It gave me expertise in axe, half plate, and military life.
Ooh, very good.
And then it also gave me something called combat training. Once per round, when you miss on a weapon attack, you can graze one target without spending a focus.
Which
is going to be huge for me, as we saw in the last battle. I need to be able to do some damage every time.
That's gonna be huge without spending focus. Yeah. Excellent. We're gonna jump to Reshonai. What path are you on, and what level up did you get?
I have chosen the Envoy heroic path, and specifically under the Envoy, the Mentor. So on that tree, I picked the Sound Advice. So as a reaction, I can use a reaction to spend 1 focus to use Rousing Presence on an ally who has failed a skill test.
This is what happened in our last battle, right? That is the opportunity. You can give an opportunity for somebody who fails a skill test, right?
I used the first thing is Rousing Presence, so I can influence an ally to become determined.
Ah, that's right.
And now I can give sound advice and be like, pick yourself up. And I can use my Rousing Presence. So they can, if they fail a skill test, I can use a Rousing Presence as a bonus action, or a bonus action as a reaction rather than a full action.
Nice.
Arrow.
Cool. Well, I think that's going to bleed a really good into Janar Ballar's as well, because it is just an enhancement of what he already had. Janar Ballar, what are you on? What path, and where are you going here with him?
I am continuing down the heroic path of the Hunter, And the thing you get, I think, right away, level 1, is the Seek Quarry. And something we learned early on is that it takes a minute for you to identify your, mark someone as quarry, which gives you several advantages against them, like on a test of attack or to study them. And so as I continue down that path, because I also have combat training as an archer, and I added with this, as we moved to level 2, I took on the tagging shot, which is it consumes 3 actions. So it's a wait for the slow turn ability, but it allows you to move 5 feet and make a ranged attack. And if you hit or graze, the target becomes your quarry without having to take a minute. And so
Nice.
it's a very nice way to
So still
kind of
full turn, a full entire 10 seconds of battle, but
I mean,
that's
it
way
would
better
take
than a minute.
Yeah, it would take a full battle. You'd have to do it before battle, ideally, like marking your
Exactly.
quarry strategically. But this allows you to do it more instantly, which is nice.
And finally, Aldevar, Walde, why don't you tell us, what path are you going on here?
Yes, so I am part of the Scholar heroic path, mostly specializing in Surgeon. Surprise, surprise. I am not following that heroic path for this particular level up, though. I have begun following the Edge Dancer Radiant path for this level up.
Ooh.
So
Which-
at level 2, whenever you want to begin your path on a radiant towards radiancy, you don't need the GM's permission. You may take it upon yourself to instead invest, pun intended, in that particular path. But Ned, why don't you go and tell a little bit about what that entails? What are we going to see here moving forward with Aldevar, if anything?
Yeah, welcome everybody to Crunch Squad. It's a podcast within a podcast where we discuss the rules, the mechanics, and the number crunching behind this wonderful game, the Cosmere RPG.
For those of you who are new to us, we actually have that as a bonus podcast. You can
Yes, it is a bonus card.
For our D&D stuff. Now, I love the way that this progression works for the Radiant paths. Typically, what we're used to in a lot of D20 games, and something that does happen with the heroic paths as well, is you take the talent and you get the ability. The way it works with Radiant paths is a little bit different. So you take the first ideal talent, and it gives you access to investiture. You gain the ability to breathe Stormlight, and then you can spend that investiture in just a couple minor ways. You can enhance your speed and your strength. You can recover lost health. But the main thing that opens up to you when you take the first ideal talent from one of the Radiant paths is you gain a goal. And that goal is to speak the first ideal. And you don't complete this goal until you've completed 3 little milestones. And you complete those milestones by acting in accordance with the ideals of the path that you're moving into. And so it's this really, I love the way that they're tying the narrative into this, is they're saying, okay, we'll give you these abilities, but first, tell us a story and prove to us that you deserve these abilities. And so as we start moving forward, that's going to be something that is going to be at the top of my mind, is making sure that Aldevar is taking opportunities to live up to the first ideal of life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination. And at certain points throughout our adventure, Thomas and I might have this moment where we're like, okay, that feels like a significant beat where Aldevar is showing that he's living up to these ideals. And once we tick off all 3 of those milestones, then I can complete that goal, I can speak the first ideal, and then gain access to the other Edge Dancer abilities and to my Spren Bond.
Yes.
Now,
Very fun stuff.
in the books, most of that happens very unconsciously. So I'm really curious, like, in terms of the mechanical benefits, because I actually haven't looked a whole lot at this. Like, do they specify that this is an unconscious activity that's happening for your character? That these should be like subconscious motivations that are propelling them toward this?
Yeah, I now have some more context from having read the mechanical aspect of it, because we're at a place in the narrative of the Stormlight Archive where people are finally starting to realize that this is a thing, that the Knights Radiant can come back and gain these powers. So they kind of tie that in with the mechanics as well. If weird stuff kind of starts happening. It's kind of like, I did read up to like the first half of the first book, and we've mentioned it plenty of times, spoilers for the first couple books, but like Kaladin reaches into his pocket and he pulls out some of his spheres and he's like, these used to have Stormlight in them, but now they're done. What the heck is going on?
Done.
So that's kind of how it's working. You've gained the attention of a Spren, and Thomas has been like seeding in little bits and pieces of that. So like they know that they're moving towards forging that bond with you, but you don't actually get to forge that bond until you've proven to the Spren that yes, you are living up to this ideal and you want to move forward with it.
Interesting.
So fun stuff. We're going to keep exploring what this means, what that's going to look like. But I believe we need a recap of what happened last time on Stonewalkers. Our party found themselves with an impending Highstorm thrust upon them. And as they brought the wounded to the merchant caravan, seeking shelter with the Kholin soldiers, their ally and friend Tazo, realizing that somehow the Honor Blade had been stolen, sprinted head on into the Highstorm, trusting the powers that be, trusting the stone beneath him to protect him. The four of you unfortunately could not follow him where he went. And as you stuck around with Borden and the other Kholin soldiers, you commiserated. You were saddened. You were brought down by this news. Reshonai, having gone through a transformation, however, getting more clarity of mind. And as the riddance of the Highstorm happened before it fully passed over, you rushed out to find Tazo. Not surprisingly, on the ground, injured, but was surprising. The injury was not from the Highstorm itself, but from a dagger in his gut with a glyph inscribed. Tazo urged you, pleaded with you to take an oath to see the Honor Blade returned to his people. And I believe Janar was the only one to take that oath fully.
I thought most of us took it.
Everybody did, but Reshonai.
Yeah.
That's fair.
She didn't trust the human bond.
Everyone but Reshonai.
I don't think Janar understood it's like a legit oath, though. Like, he just agreed.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And
Didn't read the terms and conditions.
Let's check that box.
Yeah, he didn't read the fine print, not at all.
with a resounding boom, a voice echoes across the landscape, as if the stones themselves were to say that you would not break this oath. Tazo giving his stone to Janar, which Reshonai, you recall him clutching on, holding throughout, and you take this blade, this dagger. That is where we join our adventures this week on Stonewalkers. Turning back to camp, with the unfortunate news, you give Tazo the proper burial, as is the Roshar way, to honor, pay respect, as each of you know best. Reshonai, it's a custom you are not entirely, you don't agree with. The touching, the moving, the disturbing the dead. But it's not your custom, it's the human's ways. And so it is just a reminder, though, of the things that make you different. And the four of you do come back, and Borden, as the riddance has passed, seems to greet you as you come up to the storm shelter, the portable storm shelter. You see, his face is crestfallen as he sees Tazo's limp, dead body. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss.
We didn't really know him.
Despite not knowing him, you seem to care for him. in such a short time.
I think he had answers that would have helped. But yeah. I'm sorry for your loss too. Didn't you lose some people in the attack?
Well, they were injured, but yes, it was unfortunate that we were set upon in such a way. I'm not too pleased about it, but there it is.
And we speak of having lost things. I'm sure that this is something that you would rather keep under wraps, but we did hear Tazo say that an honor blade had been stolen.
I know he was your friend, and I don't mean to question him, but there was nothing stolen from our caravan.
You mean that that armored cage hasn't been opened?
It has not. I'm not sure what he means by an honor blade, and I'm afraid I can't say more than that, but nothing was stolen.
Insight check.
I put a hand on both Aldevar's and Janar's shoulder, and I kind of just give them each a little squeeze, and I just go, "Understood, Captain. Nothing was stolen. We didn't see anything."
Go ahead and do an insight check there, Aldevar.
Oh boy, come on, please.
Just because it's been a hot minute since I read the book, everybody knows what an honor blade means, right?
Ooh, is that common knowledge at this point?
Ooh. Oh boy, fans, listeners.
What else do they call those? Like the giant
shard
swords?
blades.
Shard blade is the more
are
like,
different than honor blades, but yes, the shard blades are the common ones.
The Shin were they were given the blades to protect.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the rest of society, including the Vorin Church, preaches that the Shin have them. Because nobody knows about the powers, and even down in Kholinar, they don't know about like the Skybreakers up in the Reshi Isles.
As far as I understand it, they just
there.
talk about the heralds just having their own shard blades.
Yeah, I don't think that most of Vorin society in this part of the world would know that an honor blade exists, that it grants powers, radiant
definitely not
bonds
powers,
without
sure.
all of that stuff. Because that's all very religious. I want to use the word folklore at this point in Kholinar.
Aldevar, your insight check, sir.
That is a 23.
Hey. There is 23. Good heavens. Okay. All right. Here we go.
He's lying.
All right. What lies can I perpetuate?
You mean good? You mean good cognitive realm? Sorry.
And this is against one of his defenses. But his you look into this leader's eyes, and leader feels incredibly appropriate, as we've discussed previously. Just the more you interact with him, you're like, this is the man to be following, despite not being in charge of this caravan. But he truly should be, if he is, right? We know that. You see no deception in his eyes. There is but sincerity as he speaks these words. There is a little, I'll say hesitation, though. Just even talking about the blade and discussing this, just an important artifact that he has been tasked with. It has unnerved him a little bit to the fact that you or Tazo even know to a degree of what is happening here. And so that unnervingness has put him a little bit on edge or the defense. But that is the second or third layer you kind of pierce through and you see. And you see him relax a little as Drynin says, We understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think real quick, just the one thing that I will wrap that up with, like looking over at Drynin and getting the vibe from him, and I will look back at our friend and say, well, Bright Lord Colin has our allegiance, should he need assistance.
I don't understand. What would Colin want with a Shin artifact blade?
Reshonai.
So on a quick copper mine search, it looks like the Vorin Church teaches about honor blades, like we would talk about like the Ark of the Covenant or like the Holy Grail.
Gotcha.
Did they exist? Yes. Did they have some abilities when they were around? Yes. Do they
Maybe.
still exist?
Yeah.
I mean, some people believe they do, some people don't, but they're not like the same level of common. So it'd be like
And
asking if you're transporting the Ark of the Covenant, being like, okay.
And if your
Unless he
characters
is,
have the
and he might.
foreign theology expertise, this is information that you would freely know. But since the players, IRL, needed clarification as well,
I
we
still
wanted.
know.
We were like, oh, wait a minute.
I don't know how much they know.
To you, Janar, Borden goes, oh, I, as any soldier knows, do what your Bright Lord tells you to. And questions, blast the questions.
As he asks that question, I'm going to squeeze his arm just a little bit harder.
What?
Ow, ow. Drynin, hey. And
What did I
Borden
do?
goes, your man back in the shelter seems to be stirring a little bit. I know
Perhaps
you
it
were
is-
wanting to.
Yes, if we could not get our information from Tazu, perhaps we can get our information from this brigand.
And that's when shouts of yelling occur from the makeshift shelter, and you just hear a scuffle, and you hear get him on his side, quick, get him.
That's our
and,
cue, and just start rushing over there.
As you rush in, you see the soldiers. One of them trying to, at his face, trying to do something. Which, Aldevar, you clearly see he has had some medical training in field medicine, basic field medicine, and he's trying to shove something in between his teeth to prevent, but you just see this foaming and this white, just a spittle coming down from his mouth as his eyes are like rolling back, and he's started to slowly start seize. It looks to be, which your expertise as a surgeon, you would know, there is some nefarious poison at work here. And he has seconds, if at all, before he is passed into the next realm.
Was he
I
sick?
will allow you one action, Aldevar, if you want to try and do something here, whether it be creatively, narratively, or mechanically.
Well, I guess I'll try a field medicine and see if I can't stabilize him somehow. The instant thing that starts going through Aldevar's brain, I think, is, oh, this is like a cyanide capsule kind of situation.
Yeah.
But shoot, yeah, we'll use one focus, make that medicine check, +5, that's a 15.
15. As you rush over field medicine, you push the soldier out of the way, taking out the leather that he was putting in, and trying to, from your pocket, grabbing a small miniature, almost like it's not quite a spoon, but it fits onto your finger as and it sort of like coats your finger, and you shove it into the lips and just start to scrape, trying to get some of this concoction out, trying to get some of this foam out, while you are putting him onto the side to maybe remove some of the vomit. With a 15, however, despite your best efforts and not having all of the supplies that you need, this brigand this bandit slows before his breath stops, he seizes, and his body goes stiff with death.
Well, he does get to roll his recovery die and add 2 to it before he dies.
But
No death rattle or anything from him.
no,
yeah.
no death rattle from this fella.
Gotcha. I'm gonna look over at Aldevar. I've run into a few brigands and highwaymen in my days. Most of them are pretty self-serving, and they don't tend to take their life.
My stomach hasn't been feeling well. What do you think it's catching?
I imagine this is self-inflicted.
Yes, unless you are beginning to notice, and I hold up his wrist and I show the glyph, unless one of these is beginning to appear on your skin, I would not imagine that it is catching.
Yes,
Janar,
and
do you
who
know
has
what
the
glyph it
knife
is?
by chance? Who has the knife right now?
The knife?
Who had it?
From Tazo?
Tazo's
Yeah,
knife.
from
Tazo's
Tazo's gut. Who has the knife?
I think
the knife. Tazo's knife.
I think I grabbed that.
Okay, you, Drynin. Janar, as you ask this question, if it's catching, you recall the glyph because you were the one that saw it on this on the brigands before. And Drynin, you look down, and it is the same exact glyph. I am quickly trying to put it here in Roll20 so we can show our audience.
Aha!
Give me 5 seconds.
A modified glyph of Pala, I believe it was.
There you go. Yes, yes. There's the scholar.
Pick it up. I heard ska, and I had to make a dumb joke about it.
All right. There we go.
What have we here? Okay, glyph inscribed dagger.
As you can see, it's a glyph inscribed dagger.
Huh.
That's a
Now-
mean looking glyph.
Yeah.
Janar, this as I want to ask how Janar is doing actually. We had the discussion, we had the conversation of in such a short amount of time, there's been a lot of events that Janar has had to been not walk through, but has experienced here. And I can't remember the exact question that you brought to the table, Janar, but there was a question of like, why? Why? Am I right in remembering that, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is a young guy who loves his adventure stories. And so he's looking at everything that's happening through the window of, this is an adventure, I'm in a story now. And so like the dots aren't always connecting, but he's like everything has to make sense. Everything has to like happen for like purposes and reasons because that's how it goes. And so like the, you know, accepting the bid from Tazo, right? Who, the fellow who died, and taking his stone and making the oath, like that was like, okay, maybe this is how it's making sense. You know what I mean? So, but I think there's a lot of maybe physical things happening to him that he's not fully like processing as like anxiety or, you know, that like actual reaction to dissonance. And so he's so he sees the sick guy and he's like, I've been feeling weird. I don't feel like eating. I'm not sleeping well. Like maybe I'm sick too. Like I think like, so he's inspecting his wrists to see if like something's showing up. Like so many strange things have happened already that like there's, you know what I mean? Like this all kicked off when one of the Parsh women started talking to him. Like which never happened. So it's just been like things that have never happened before continually happening over and over and over again, and it's a bit of a ride. And so the worst stuff has happened though. Like the nastiest, like uncomfortable, difficult things, like where like this guy who had answers is dead, and
the storm and we had to kill those other people that didn't give us reasons for why we had to kill them, and now this guy, we don't get answers from him now. So like, I think he's just like, I don't know, stressed.
Yeah, that's fair. Absolutely. All of this is happening. I imagine, Janar, all of this is like these thoughts are going through your head, and a little bit of a muted sound. If we think about it, like maybe from like a show or a movie, there's some like muted conversation happening around you. Elar, the leader of the caravan, shouts with this muffled tone of like, "Get him out of here! Get him out in the sun! Make sure he doesn't sick up this place." Borden, muttering under his breath to one of his close allies and just sort of like gesturing to support Elar's decision. And the rest of your party, Reshonai, gently grabbing your arm, pulling you outside to come out into the sunlight. The four of you, this disappointment hanging in the air, this possible confusion. It's just a lot, which has led you all to just take a little bit of stock while the camp actually starts to pack up and ready to move on. Reshonai.
As she pulls Janar away, she is humming. She's attuned to the rhythm of peace, which he doesn't know, but it is a peaceful, almost lullaby tone that she's humming to calm him. But as she speaks to him, the tone will become, she'll attune to more of an urgent tone as she starts speaking, goes, "It's very sad about the human, but we do need help with the caravan. Don't forget about the caravan now that the Highstorm has moved past. Humans will not listen to me, but we need to go help the caravan."
And
and she like really looks and trying to break through that muted. "Do you remember? We have to get to the caravan."
Yeah, the caravan and the High Prince, and we need to find you a High Prince.
Yes, but the
right?
caravan is what is important.
Which one?
Colin's camp is now the. And she attunes confusion, looking at him. The one in the caverns. Remember the chasms where we came from? We came
the
here
first
looking
one.
for help. Yes.
Yeah.
Janar, you all right?
Yeah, we didn't help them yet. We haven't fixed that.
She tunes irritation. No, we haven't.
Oh man.
The humans will not listen to me. I need you to talk to them.
Drynin.
Aye.
We haven't helped the caravan yet. We haven't helped them yet.
I'm going to turn to the captain. So, we told you about that other group when we arrived.
Now, real quick, is this Elar or Borden? Elar is the one who was the front man, but Borden is the one.
I'm talking to Borden.
Okay.
I'm not talking to him.
I'm not pretending.
All right. I'm not feeding into that fantasy here. Come on.
I'm just going to turn to him. We told you when we arrived that we were coming from another caravan that had been beset.
Indeed. In fact.
So now that the Highstorm's over, I was thinking it might be best if we stuck with you and maybe you could send a contingent out that way and get that group back on their feet. They are, they're Colin men. They're good men.
As he's holding his spear in one hand, he looks out the side of his the side of his eye, and he sort of like gestures with his head, and you see 5 Colin soldiers, faster than the rest, packing up one caravan in particular. Goes. They've been packing throughout the entire Highstorm, heading to.
We appreciate it.
Go get the rest of them.
We really appreciate it. There are going to be a lot of wounded.
Well, thanks to your surgeon there, we have at least the supplies are organized at the very least, and
do you know any High Lords?
Highprinces.
Yeah, I mean, High Prince. Yes.
Just the ones I serve. Bright Lord Colin Dalinar. So,
Is it hard to talk to him?
I mean, I suppose you shouldn't. There are channels to be able to talk to him. I just, it's not an everyday occurrence. You get to speak with your High Prince. Maybe you might speak with one of his sons if it's an urgent issue. But
He looks at Reshonai, like looking for like, will a son work? Like they didn't say that, but he kind of gives her a look like, yeah, that'd be, sure, yeah, one of his sons would be great. Like that would be.
I don't know Bright Lord Adolin, but I've seen him around the stables.
oh, you have.
My mother works in the stables. So back in Kholinar, I saw him when he was first learning to ride. It's been, over a decade.
I thought I recognized you. Not you. You look like your mother a little bit, and so
I do know her.
Yeah. So,
Well cultivated.
well striped.
Wow.
My dad was all scrawny. It's my mom. She's just like ripped, completely yoked. Can stop a horse with one hand.
Borden looks to the four of you and goes, we'd be happy to have you along as we head to the Shattered Plains, but please, if there's anything, I feel I owe all of you a debt. I'm coming here on your own through the Unclaimed Hills by yourself with Tazo to bring me news of the caravan in trouble. And for that, I feel I owe you a favor each. And with that, we end our first goal of the game.
Hey.
Goals! Stuff happens.
Yeah. Now, as you finish a goal, if it is a more story-oriented, of course, Ned talked earlier in this session about one of the goals that you can have is speaking the first ideal or a second ideal or things like that. This one was a group goal set upon by the GM. And as such, some of the rewards that you can get are favors, debts from other people who owe you. I will say this goal, however, is you have an established relationship with Borden, soldier of the Colin camp.
Question.
Any
'cause
chance? He's like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm so sorry, because this is still kind of mechanics I wanted to talk about, so I don't want to interrupt too harshly. But in the goals and rewards section here on Demiplane, on my character sheet, I wrote all these when we made our characters and forgot completely about them.
Yes.
One of them's filled. I don't remember doing that. Did you do that, Thomas? Are you able to fill in my goals?
I can. Yes, I can fill in your goals on the Demiplane there. And that's why it's helpful when the GM has access to character sheets. He might go in and just say, yeah.
I was like, I don't think I clicked that one.
They moved forward in this goal for sure. So, but yes, I did fill that in.
Okay.
It's also when I recognized that your character was at level 6 last in between sessions.
Because I was like, when do things unlock? I wanted to see what things happen, so I just started clicking through level up, seeing when I could like
level
do stuff.
23 is crazy.
There's got to be an easier way to attack twice in one turn.
That's really.
Oh man!
It's not till level 6, guys. It's not till
That's
level
good.
6.
Which,
That's
looking
good.
back, I realized that's pretty on par with like how they do it in D&D. You don't get extra attack
It is.
until 5th level.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, excellent. Speaking of goals, though, Janar, I will say you also can fill in one of your goals, it being help the singer finish her quest. Let's go ahead and have you fill that, the first step in here.
Cool.
Oops, sorry, I don't mean to shake my camera there. But now, as everybody, this connection, this relationship with Borden, soldier of the Colin camp, I'll just say flat out, it is going to be a helpful, useful connection as you move forward and as you move to the Shattered Plains. But that is the conclusion of our first goal. Off camera, I have gone through with each of my players and helped them establish some of their own goals outside of becoming Radiant that Ned is working on, but there are other goals that he and other players are working on as well, which will bring proper benefits and rewards as they move forward and closer to them. So, more to come in all of that area.
So can we conclude the caravan
You may.
goal?
You can conclude the caravan goal as a completed goal and get your reward of Bordin as your connection/relationship.
Where do you see the caravan goal?
I
under
think you had to
goals.
manually put that in, but
And rewards.
Oh,
Yeah, I added that one in. Send help to the caravan, and then under companions, can we just add like soldier?
I would say
Oh,
Bordin
I-
specifically.
Yeah,
I
so
put
this
him
is all
under
demi-plane stuff,
connections.
everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry. This
Yeah,
is
sorry,
Demiplane.
sorry.
Oh, actually,
If you're not
hold on
playing this on Demiplane, you should be playing it on Demiplane.
It does make it a
It's
lot
very
easier,
useful.
especially if you're learning the new system. Real quick, Christian, in the rulebook, companions are NPCs that are dedicated to your character
Oh,
in
so it's
some
different.
way.
Okay, cool,
So
cool,
it is
cool.
different than a relationship or connection. So let's hold off on that, on
Good.
putting it in the
Thank you.
companion area.
I put it under details.
Sure.
There's one that says connections. I did a
Relationship,
custom connection. And I just put in
Fantastic.
board and dark-eyed leader soldiering camp.
Now,
That's where it needs to be.
Now, as the caravan breaks down and heads off into the sunset, heads off towards the Shattered Plains, all the four of you having the benefit, having the protection of the Colin camp and the merchant caravan as well. It is still a few days' journey towards the Shattered Plains. And so there is time to reflect. There is time to possibly work on things. Everybody gets their focus and their hit points back because you have plenty of time
you.
to have a long rest. And this is where mechanically your long rest, you would get your abilities for level 2. Ned, we can go and hop out of that dagger here on roll 20.
All
And
right.
as
So-
we are,
Health
Jour-
is back to full again then?
health is back to full, your focus is back to full as well. And Aldevar,
That's me.
it's caused you specifically a lot of time to just reflect on what your purpose out here is. There have been some moments that surprised you. So, I mean, rushing in front of those enemies, you didn't think that would be something you would ever do to protect someone. But one thing has remained strong, and that is taking care of those that are in danger, in need.
Yeah.
You think back to a time in Kharbranth when you were still with your father, still not necessarily studying under him, but still there as things were still kind of new. I believe Rogir. That's how you
Rogir.
pronounce his
Yep,
name?
Rogir Walde.
Rogir Walde. Very distinctly on this day, a bright day with the cool sea breeze blowing in, Rogir calls to you. Aldevar! Aldevar, have you seen... I haven't found... Your mother hasn't fully unpacked yet. I just wondering, have you seen my nice robes? Has it been mixed up in your things, in your room?
I suppose I'll take a look, and I'm in the middle of unpacking a whole bunch of stuff, and like the box that I was in the middle of has a bunch of like my pulp fiction stories that I've been reading, and I'm like, shoot, I don't want Dad to see these. So I'm like doing the child thing of like very conspicuously standing in front of the box as I'm like digging through, trying to see if maybe his robe is in here with all my stuff.
And he just sort of like walks in while he's getting dressed and goes, "Yeah, I need... Let me help you. I have to just... I feel like I need to be there early to meet him, and as he comes into your room. You're trying to like cover the novels. He as he's ruffle, he starts to see the novels spill a little and clatter, and just he looks at them and just, Aldevar, and he's just silent for a minute while he just kind of like breathes in. This is you two have had almost, not countless conversations about this, but enough to where it's annoying. It's frustrating for both of you how many conversations you've had about this specifically. I want to find common ground, son. I want to find an opportunity for us to work together, to move forward in our lives together with a relationship.
Father, have I not read enough tomes of anatomy and physiology? Can I not spend some time? Should the stories of heroes not be told? Should they not be remembered?
I understand the lure that these fantastical stories can bring. I have felt that lure myself. We have hidden our reading from the rest of society, for we would be shunned, and we do it for a specific purpose. To serve those, to learn, to save lives. But to use it in a way for this mindless fantasy.
Frivolity, yes. Frivolity, fantasy. All the words that start with F and end in Y.
As you say this, very rote, very. This is just part of the conversation. It's the rote at this point. He hangs his head, and he just takes another breath in. I don't know if the stories of heroes should be remembered. If they take us from what is around us in the moment. If they distract us while we're on an operating table, when seconds could mean the difference between life and death. I don't believe that a talented mind like yours should be stuffed full of remembering these things, of days gone past when you could remember things that can help you save people in the future.
Goodness, Father, I had not thought of it that way before. You've opened my eyes.
He just shakes his head, sighs, and he goes, regardless, I should not have led off that way. I should have said, I'm grateful for you making this journey to Kharbranth. As very difficult as it was and is. I am grateful, and dare I say proud, that you have learned and done as much as you have. The realm of surgery. But I think I'll have to wear one of my other robes. I mean, I can't leave Taravangian waiting for much longer. I have to introduce myself to him, of course, but
Yes, well, you
perhaps...
can't go looking like that. And I brush aside a couple of my books and I pull out the robe that he's been looking for.
Is his dad just naked there asking for a robe? What's the...
No, absolutely not. He's not Bohemian, all right? He is a very... he's in his...
He's a respectable man.
It's a respectable man.
That's why he needs
He's in
a
his
robe.
house robe.
This is just the formal portion of his attire here, and he goes, "Your mother, I don't. It's like she's her head's in the clouds lately. I don't know. Don't tell her I said that. Thank you, son. I'll see you. Tell your mother not to wait up for me. I'm not sure how long the meeting will be, but."
Yes, she's supposed to be heading down to the docks soon to meet up with some of the other tradespeople and start building some connections of her own.
Oh, good. As he's running out absent-mindedly, and he goes, and return to your studies, of course. Try and read. He goes out of earshot as you're brought back to the present, just recalling this moment, and just that conflict that your father and you always had of him saying, "You need to." Don't read them comic books type of a thing, you know, like your mind should not be caught up in these fantastical tales. It should be here in the present, in the now. And it just has brought you time to reflect of why does Aldevar feel so strongly to remember these stories? Why does he disagree with his father in this way?
Yeah, I'm looking down at my notes of, my various things that I've read. I look down at the death rattle of that first woman who I wasn't able to save during that first attack, and I just start thinking about, I've been, so surrounded by red tape ever since we got to Kharbranth, and even more so since I got sent out here to the Shattered Plains and surrounded by all these military people. And it's so rigid and structured, and everybody around me has a rank that tells everybody else how important their life is to everybody else around them. And that doesn't sit well with me. I look around and I look at, Janar, for example. He's, according to everybody else, he's just a soldier, but he's a brave man who's done amazing things, and he's made this oath. And I'm like, that's the kind of person who, their voice needs to make it to the people who are up higher in the ranks. Like, that's the kind of person who needs to be talking to a high prince. That's the kind of person that I want to be sharing the stories of.
Yeah. It's the type of honor you hope to see in those around you.
Do you mean Borden?
No, he means Janar.
Yeah.
Janar's not a soldier.
He's a tailor. Of course he is.
We saw how you handle that bow.
As
I legitimately thought you misspoke. Okay.
And it's such a it's a perfect example. As Janar, you may be struggling with some of these thoughts and asking these questions of why, and asking maybe the right questions. From the outside looking into that, there are others who see that and see the journey and can't help but feel greatness in those questions, greatness in that struggle, and in moving forward. The four of you with the Colon camp, at least the Colon guards here, soldiers, not guards, soldiers, move to the Shattered Plains. And after a few nights of a friendly fire at the merchants' caravans, actually, in particular, Aldevar going to check on your patient to make sure they are well, and They are healing quite nicely. And all 4 of you are welcome in both camps, it appears. Not only due to just your general charisma, but in risking life and limb to help a fellow caravan worker and try to save their stock, their livelihood. And although you weren't successful in saving it, it did not go unnoticed the sacrifice that you made. In fact, the woman who initially spoke up, urging the Kholin soldiers to go and help and assist, she is the friendliest to the 3 of you. Of course, Reshonai, familiar with the workings of the humans, you being left out of all acknowledgement. She says, I am grateful for what you did, and I just want you to know that it didn't go unnoticed, the efforts that the 4 of you put in to save those 2.
We could have put forth maybe a little bit of a stronger effort. We had to leave a lot behind, but...
Well, as the 4... Considering none of the Kholin soldiers would even lift a spear to go help when they easily could have pulled that troll out of the creme. And you could see just heavy disdain and even this disgust start to manifest around her. She quickly brushes it away and just, no matter. Your deeds are not forgotten here amongst us.
It is good to hear.
We're happy to help.
Before we get to the caravan camp, is there anything else that the 4 of you wanted to do, either by yourself, together, questions you wanted answered?
Yes, I've got an idea.
All right.
Like, as I'm reflecting on the experience with the creme pit, trying to get the cart out, I will approach Drynin and say, you have eyes, you see me. Do you have experience in helping to teach others to cultivate their physique?
No. Oh. That's really sweet.
That's good.
I'm going to be honest with you here. I've always sort of just naturally been big. And I sometimes...
Muscles are all natural, baby.
Yeah, no, all natty gains.
Natty 20.
Every day is leg day.
I didn't always have a lot of how you'd say compatriots my age that I sort of hung out with, but there were some older guys in the yard who would, they'd practice their kata, they'd practice their drills, and I learned from them. So I've never taught anyone else, but I've been taught, and I could maybe pass that along to you if you want to learn a thing or two about, how to handle a weapon or defend yourself if need be.
Well, if I was stronger, I would have been able to help move that cart. I feel like I need to spend a bit more time not focusing so much on the mind. Strength before weakness, as you might say.
I'll look down and sort of furrow my brow. There are many kinds of strength. If I were a bit smarter, I might have figured out a better way to approach that situation than just trying to shove at my instinct, but I'm not going to get in the way of physical health. I'm always a big proponent of people taking care of what they've got. You've got a great mind, but I'd be happy to help you with your body. If you don't mind helping me a little bit with my mind, I can get distracted sometimes. I can get... I really like cremlings. Find them very interesting. And, honestly,
who doesn't?
A lot of little things. Who doesn't? They're fascinating little things. And other animals, and I sometimes have a little bit of trouble staying on task. So if maybe you could help me with that, I could help you sculpt.
Goal. Sounds like we got a new goal. I'm going to.
Both of you have a cooperative goal that you're working towards.
Yes.
Get them swole
There
games.
you go, swole. I hope you sculpt. Oh, that's brilliant. That goes in the book. Oh,
Very,
Excellent.
very loose clay here.
Yes.
Very
Yes, I am an
Block of
uncarved
life.
block of wood. There is much that can be done with me.
there you are. Excellent. Any others from Janar Blar, Reshonai? Anything else?
I mean, every single day. Is this a couple days journey that we're undertaking?
Just a few, less than a handful.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
So, like, Janar, I guess Resh and I would probably already know this, but these guys might, like, just see it more often. But every morning, Janar goes through, like, a typical, like, simple routine of practices. Like, just some, like, really simple, like, exercises and hand-eye coordination stuff. Just with that like, he got from his, like, archery teacher and the person who kind of gave him some of that initial training. And so part of that whole, like, why he has, like, a one tick in the discipline category is he no matter what's going on around this, like, kind of consistently keeping those skills honed is something he'll do every day without fail.
Nice. I like that. Go ahead and roll me a discipline check then, Janar.
Ooh, okay. I'm trying to remember how to roll it. I just hit the dice, right?
Yep. When it comes up with a little dice over discipline.
Did it go?
Let's see. In Roll20, we have a 7. You rolled a recovery die.
Wait, okay,
so
how do I...
not
oh,
a
wait,
D20.
there's a big roll.
Yeah,
all
you
caps.
gotta press the
Critical
roll button.
fail.
Oh no! Not that disciplined.
I love this.
Not that disciplined. Whoops.
As
What an
you
ideal
are,
result for that struggle we had to even roll
Honestly,
that.
so funny.
I mean, his conflict is completely internal. Like,
Mhm.
Yes.
it's very much like he could be getting less from that discipline practice than he hopes to.
Yeah, so as you're trying to do this, it's you are like you're going through these motions, and you yourself are actually not distracted, Janar. What does happen on day 2 is you kind of are off by yourself. You don't want to. There are soldiers around. You don't want to be like, hey, look at me, soldiers. I mean, I'm making an assumption there for Janar. Maybe you do want to do that. You can correct me if I'm wrong here. But you're kind of off. And while you're in the middle of, like, one of your stretches, one of your hand-eye coordinations...
I'm balancing on one leg and box breathing. Like with the, like I'm practicing controlling my breath while balancing on one leg.
You feel your leg get swept out from underneath you.
How?
And your eyes open, and almost immediately afterwards, you feel the sharp pains of the wooden portion of a spear, the haft of a spear, knock you in the chest and just take the breath out of you, and you get slammed into the ground. In one fell swoop, the sharp end of the spear is now up at your neck, and you look up, and through hazy eyes, you see Elar. And as you're unable to speak, he, through gritted teeth, says, "Don't try and pretend that you know anything about being a soldier. And if I hear you talk back and speak up, raise your voice to me one more time, you won't have a voice at all. Understood.
Isn't Janar Light Eyes?
Is Alar's a light eyes too, isn't he?
Yes, he
Yeah.
is. Yes, he is.
I'm not a soldier.
And he flips up his spear and he just says, "Don't you forget it." He walks away.
He's gonna sit up and just kind of like, just feels so confused and a little annoyed.
It seems that one person of the caravan didn't appreciate you standing up for those that couldn't stand up for themselves. And it is that annoyed that stays with you throughout the rest of the journey, and at the very least to just remember. Janar will remember this.
Okay.
Reshonai.
Can I
Oh,
can I
go
make
ahead,
that
Janar.
guy can I just have that guy like preliminarily set as my quarry? Just
Fair. Yes, you may do
case.
so.
Just in case.
without
For no
somebody
reason.
else to
Just
make
in
it.
case.
I'm just gonna stay very wary of him the entire time that we're still in this.
Excellent. Okay. Reshonai.
Reshonai's still trying to kind of fly under the humans' radar, since she is in a caravan position and she's still coming to trust her party member humans. She'll spend most of her time that she's not actively being asked to do something or feeling like she has to participate in what other parshmen are doing. With some parchment she's been able to acquire, find, whatever, with some charcoal, has been writing these long, for lack of a better term, speeches. How she wants to present her argument, and she's been scratching out and rearranging and essentially kind of trying to form a thesis paper, an argument for her people what she wants to eventually to say to who she thinks she'll be able to say it to a high prince, be it Dalinar or Adolin or whatever. And so whenever she can, that's what she's working on while they're traveling, whenever they rest and she has time, is this she's trying to format logically how she's going to try and present her argument. So working toward that eventual goal of trying to talk to the High Prince, just in their downtime as they're going.
And although you're not in dull form anymore, first off, you feel safe and secure because despite you changing forms, the humans, despite your party, have not taken any difference. And so you're like, okay,
Rude jerks.
this form can work though. I do not have to be beholden to dull form anymore. But it's also frustrating because this is not necessarily the form for speeches. It's not for writing eloquent words and making logical connections to convince. And so you must practice. You must do. Esh and I themselves said we must practice to find these other spren, these other forms, so that we can help assist, or in her words, fight the Alethi. But to you, it is frustrating, but not without hope as you continue to push forward and write and write and write. The time comes when the Shattered Plains arrive. It is familiar to Reshonai, but a bit unfamiliar to her and to the rest of you, at least this portion. The Shattered Plains, which I'll read on here, as you travel onward to your destination, at the western edge of the plains, 10 enormous craters. Some might say they are a caldera, just craters. They're craters, each occupied by a war camp from which the Alethi wage war against the Parshendi. And further to the west of these craters is a small market town, which collectively serves the camps and the king's palace looms over them all. These craters are immense. They each seem to almost have their own gate, their own security, and as you pass by each one of them, who here has the Alethi expertise?
Me.
Everybody. There we go. Yeah.
Alethi.
You know the 10 Highprinces that are camped here. Royan, Sadius, Aladar, Kolin, Varna, Ruthar, Thanadal, Hatham, Bethab, and Sabariel. And you also know where each of these Highprinces are located in the war camps itself, at the very least due to their colors, their banners, and their glyphs. Now, as you enter the Kolin camp specifically, this Kolin run camp runs on precision and discipline. The barracks are built. Hold on, before I read this, as we're wrapping up here, we need to see what I showed at the beginning.
Show us.
There we go. Let's zoom out.
Yeah.
Zoom on out while I describe this. The barracks amongst the war camp here are built into soul-cast stone buildings in straight regimented rows. The sections of barracks form a rough circle around a central command complex, which houses the Kolin officers and their families. And Sergeant Ellar barks orders for the Alethi soldiers to hurry their prisoner to High Prince Dalinar. The soldiers wait for a nod of approval from Borden before seeking to do their task. Borden himself peels away from his troops to offer you a terse farewell. But before he does so, I just wish to say, welcome to the war camps. And that is where we're going to end this week's episode of Stonewalkers.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby.
Well, everybody, that's it for this week. I want to thank my players for joining me, of course, but listeners, thank you for joining us and following along. If you like this or our other actual play content, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below on one of your favorite moments from this episode or rules we might have gotten wrong. Did we get rewards wrong whenever you finish a goal? I would be happy
you don't need to
discover
invite
that.
it. It's gonna we're gonna hear it. We're gonna hear it.
So far, it has been nothing but loving
Absolutely.
and helpful for our entire game here. So please, we want to
learning.
get better to play this game as Brotherwise intended. So thank you so much for your help in that. But if you like our audio content as well, make sure to leave a 5-star review on the podcatcher of your choice, and you might get shouted out on an episode. Or you can shoot us a message at icastfireball2020@gmail.com or on our socials at icastfireball20, where Mickey is in charge of those socials over there. Now, if you want to engage with us, the cast, in a greater, more consistent capacity, you might consider joining our patreon.com/icastfireball20, where you can join at our $5 a month tier. It's currently our largest tier, and you can get access to our Discord, where you can join in spoilers, conspiracy theories for this campaign, all the other campaigns, or our patron exclusive visual podcast that we have called Fizzband as well. So go give that a check out and listen. But as always, we want to have our sister podcast, Improv Tabletop, another actual play TTRPG podcast where Ned and Christian are currently going through a campaign right now where they are Lego bricks. They are
Lego minifigs, yes.
They're minifigs. They're Lego people. It's a ton of fun. They do a bunch of TTRPG systems, not D&D related. And you can go and see if you want like Avatar: The Last Airbender, if you like Blades in the Dark, go give them a listen. Don't forget to leave them. There it is. There's the Avatar map. Leave them a 5-star review on the way out. Lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and fellow wacky adventurers. But until next time, I'm Thomas, your GM, and around the table we have.
I'm Ned, and I play Aldevar Walde.
I'm Christian, and I play Drynin.
I'm Mickey, and I play Reshonai.
I'm Josh, and I play Janar Balar.
Let's brave the storms, speak the ancient oaths, and we'll see you all next time.